started, what we're going to review today is we're just going to kind of take you through our social media posting service here on Technology for Accountants, and you can kind of find it on our website. And, you know, long story short, we started out about 7 years ago as a company really that was designing websites for CPAs and accountants. And one of the things we offer all of our website clients is we offer kind of like a 15, 20-minute webinar each week, just teaching you how to use Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and blogging and really how to drive people to your websites. We've always felt that if we could teach our clients how to drive more people to their websites, well, obviously they would get more people on their site and they would pay for their website longer. But really what came of this was probably about 4 years ago, started to get an influx of calls from CPAs and obviously bookkeepers, accountants, saying, look, we've been coming on your training webinars and you woke us up. We get it. Social media is really important for obviously retention, for referrals, and SEO, but we just don't have the time to do it ourselves. So that's when we kind of decided to come up with a service called Social Media Posting Management. And obviously it can be, you know, part of our website package, or it can be an a la carte service as well. And, you know, I kind of put a few facts on the screen here about why you would want to be doing social media. And I'm not going to sit here and bore you. I think the answer is pretty simple. Too many people use social media on a daily basis to ignore it. It's a way to get in front of people, and obviously it's a way to get more clients and keep your retention high. So the service we have is meant to be very simple. There's 3 things we're going to do for you. 1, we're going to get you set up or tuned up with the correct pages. 2, we're going to reach out and help you get your clients to follow you. Biggest mistake accountants make with social media. They think they need to get people that they don't know following them, when really the answer is you want to get the people that you do know. Not because you're going to solicit them and they're going to become clients, but because you can then tap into their connections, which is where your referrals come from anyway. So 2, we help you grow your distribution, and 3, we do the posting for you 5 days a week. So when we talk about setup, we're talking about getting you set up with a Facebook page for your firm, a LinkedIn company page, and a Twitter page. If you already have those pages, great. We'll help you tune them up, make them look good. If you don't have them, no problem. We'll set them up from scratch. The second thing we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to try to help you grow your distribution. You know, that's really the key with social media, is getting a distribution of people that your messages are going to. And you would be surprised how many firms just have struggled to grow this. So we're going to help you. We're going to give you verbiage. We're going to kind of give you some strategy. We're going to help you get it on your website. We're going to help you do all the little things you need to do to be successful. Certainly not a problem. And then the main thing we do is we're going to do the posting for you. We're actually going to put content on your pages 5 days a week. And obviously this is where we get most of the questions. And I think it's important to understand, guys, and this is important. It's 2014, almost 2015. Social media has been going now for 11 years. And believe it or not, there are quite a few firms out there that have been using it for at least 8, 9 years. And what I'm getting at is the firms that have been, I call it playing the game, that have been using this a long time, they have some pretty advanced strategy. So I guess what I'm getting at is you're not going to be successful with social media giving IRS tips every day. People are going to tune you out immediately. You're not going to be successful trying to solicit your services. You have to kind of come up with what I call a well-balanced approach. And that's what we try to do when we post. And you kind of see I've tried to illustrate that. So people say, well, what do you post? Well, first off, when we post, it looks like it comes from your firm. Nobody has any idea we're doing the posting. Secondly, when we post, it's unique for your firm. The posts we're doing for you, we're not doing for anyone else. Okay? We're going to, when you sign up, we're going to interview you. We're going to go through your firm, who your target market is, what type of clients you have. We're going to post things based on that. And then the types of things we're going to post, I would say 33% of the time we're going to try to promote the firm. We're going to let people know who you are, how you help them, what types of services you offer. We want to plant the seed in people's heads that you can be a solution. 33% of the time, we're going to try to project you to be the gurus, the experts. So that might mean articles, tips, IRS updates, reminders, all that kind of stuff. And then the other 33% of the time, we're going to try to take a step back from real technical accounting stuff, maybe do an inspirational quote, or a tip on how to use LinkedIn or Facebook, I find that people tend to share those and pay attention to them. And that's really the whole basis of our goal. And I'll take you through an example here in a second. People say, well, what are you trying to do? You know, what's the point of your strategy? The point of our strategy is simple. We want to get people to click, like, comment, or share under the posts we post. Because if that happens, then your post goes to all of that person's connections. It's called viral marketing. It's why social media is a billion-dollar industry. So here's an example of a firm we've been posting for. And, you know, you can see yesterday we kind of had a tip on non-cash wages. We talked a little bit about ROI. And then here was kind of a simple, I'll call it a dual post. We were kind of doing a little promotion with the graphic, and then just a kind of a simple quote from Walt Disney. Again, we try to be creative, but keep everything pretty politically correct. Again, just kind of scrolling down, we talked a little bit about the advantages of an HSA, you know, some tips for small businesses. And here was kind of a promotional post where we just said, hey, look, we're trying to grow our presence. Please share. And you'll see that we got a like and a share. And that's kind of what we're after. Because when that occurs, you increase your distribution. You touch people who aren't following you. And that's kind of what we're after. So, again, our goal is to, one, be consistent, bring quality content 5 days a week. But two, to try to get your connections to be commenting, liking, and sharing. And that's the importance of a balanced posting strategy. The cost of the service, you have three choices. You can try it on a month-by-month basis, $65. You can try it on a quarterly basis for 3 months, $165 for the 3 months. And then, obviously, we have an annual price of $500 a year. Most common question, Ken, we don't really know you guys. We just want to use the social media posting. Can we try it for a month, get all set up, see how you do, and then if you do a good job, change to the annual to save some money? The answer is absolutely yes. That's why we have the monthly cost. You certainly can try it for a month. If we do a good job, you can change. One thing I should mention, we've had this promotion going most of September. If you are a firm or an independent accountant or CPA who needs a new website, we do have what's called our Elite package, which is just a bundle. It's really for people who need a new website and they need the social media posting. So we have our website service, we have our social media service, and then we have this thing called the Elite package. It's just a bundle. It's both these services at a cheaper price. We do have a discount going on that. I think it's through tomorrow for $99.99 a month. Here's an example quickly of a firm we designed the site for. We try to create, you know, pretty high-level, custom-designed websites, you know, pretty in-depth. We take care of all the SEO. We do all the hosting. I don't want to waste your time talking about that, but if you are interested in that, email me afterwards. I can certainly give you more information. So that being said, let me answer some of these questions, and then I'll send everybody a link to rewatch this and certainly some of the examples so you can take a look at it. First question's from Alan. Alan asks, Ken, if you guys do the posting for us, are we still able to post ourselves? So, Alan, yeah, good question. The answer is, of course. This is kind of how it works. We're kind of on autopilot. So 5 days a week, we're going to come up with the content. You don't have to do anything. You literally have to do nothing if you don't want to. However, if you still want to go on and post a few days a week if you have time, go ahead. It's not going to have any negative impact. And if you want to send us things to post, sure, send us things to post. There's no cost. We'll post them. It's not a big deal. Not a problem. Chrissy is asking, how do we know what types of things to post for your firm? So one thing I mentioned, I think you came on late, Chrissy. I'll send you the YouTube. You can rewatch that part. Basically, when you sign up, the first thing we're going to do is schedule probably a 10 or 15-minute phone call. And we're just going to talk about your firm. We want to get to know you, who your typical clients are, what type of clients you're trying to attract, what services you offer. So we can understand all that stuff. We'll then base our posting strategy around that and certainly get the right type of content on there. Michael's asking, how long does it take to get going? Mike, when you sign up, Hopefully we can interview you either that day or the next day, and then that, the day of the interview we should have you going. It doesn't take long at all. Hopefully 24 hours max to get you going from start to finish. All right, guys, as I promised, I try to keep these things quick. I'll send you more information. Please feel free to give me a call, visit our website, and we can go from there. Have a great day. Thank you so much.